Hey guys, Josh Henke here, creator of the DVRT Ultimate Sandbag Core Training System. We talk about DVRT being different than everything else, and today we're definitely going to show it. We're going to show you basically deconstructing the burpee. A lot of people love doing burpees. It's one of those things that doesn't require a lot of equipment and seems to smoke everyone the same. There are a lot of components that make up the burpee though, so if you want to do it well, you can actually break it down, reverse engineer it, and get more out of it using some of the Ultimate Sandbag series. So we're going to show you how we're going to use the DVRT principles to enhance the burpee. So the first exercise in our series is going to be our power snatch. A couple of reasons we're going to do this. One is a lot of people don't know how to accelerate from the ground up. So a lot of people come up from the burpee, they actually try to lean from their low back, try to propel themselves to the low back rather than pushing through the floor and explosively jumping up. So we're going to use the power snatch to teach people how to do it. Plus in the burpee, we want people to reach for the sky. We really want to teach them how to extend their body. The power snatch sort of teaches us that same component. It's also going to teach us how to brace through the trunk. So we're going to learn how to stabilize a lot of different areas of the body. Now, Jessica's going to grab on the snatch grip handles upon our Ultimate Sandbag. When she does so, she really want to make sure you lock out your elbows and you keep tension through the upper back. You shouldn't see any bend in the elbows when you're starting the drill. As she begins to pull and the weight gets about chest height, you're going to see the elbows drive up her body, not out away. What she's going to do is she's going to quickly accelerate and drive the bag overhead. Let's see a couple repetitions. Nice. Now what we want to do is take a nice loose grip, because you have to allow the USB to rotate through the hands. If you grab it too tightly, it won't be able to rotate. See how she's quickly accelerating and then catching it with her body. She's doing a great job of stabilizing through her trunk and then using her hips to catch the weight. Nice job, Jess. All right, so now on the ground is the other aspect of the burpee. So a lot of people, especially as they get fatigued, start to just lose what's happening with their trunk and their shoulders. Remember, the essence of good fitness programs is the intent and the way you perform the exercise. So what we're going to do is use a super plank here to really accentuate that core stability we want to build and how to use the shoulders appropriately. So we're going to just get down into her plank position. Now, of course, you want to make sure you can do a good plank first. Her goal is to keep the hips nice and low, chest up nice and tall. She's going to slowly walk herself up. Nice, and do a push-up position, hold for a moment, and then slowly bring herself back down. Now when you do this, you want to make sure the hips don't start to hike up in the air and you're not rotating your pelvis. So you want to drive through the balls of your feet. You want to keep tension in that underarm. So when she plants, she wants to go ahead and corkscrew her arm in so she has tension in that underarm, bracing her abdominals. Nice job, Jess. Come on up. Nice. Now, the other part is a lot of people don't consider, especially upon the landing, you need a lot of good hip stability. You need hip stability, and when you come down the burpee to catch yourself, you need to learn how to brace your upper body as well. So what we're going to do is have Jessica go into a single leg supported row. So we're going to use the bench here as her support. She's going to grab onto the neutral grip handles. So we're going to emulate sort of the catch position in the burpee. Because what we want her to do is learn how to brace with her lats and her upper back to catch herself and help absorb the weight. She's going to hinge back in the movement, that single leg position. So now we have rotational forces she's trying to resist. She's statically loading her lower body, dynamically working the upper body, at the same time working that core stability. So now she's learning how to control her pelvis while also getting in tune with how it feels to retract her shoulder blades, activate those lats. So when she comes down on the ground, she doesn't jam her shoulder. She's able to catch herself in a nice, strong position. The last drill is going to be our bear hug squat hop. Now this time we're going to get you doing power movement in a more vertical position. A lot of people, what we're going to work on is the landing. So really what you want to be careful of whenever you do any type of explosive movement is on the landing. So that's where you have the highest risk for injury. So what Jessica's going to do is she's going to do just a little hop. So you're not trying to jump through the ceiling. She just wants to jump high enough to launch herself off the ground. And she's going to work on catching herself. She's going to catch herself in a core position. Then she's going to descend down in that squat and then try to repeat. We're only going to do this for about 5 or 6 repetitions because we're working over quality over quantity. I'm just going to do about 2 or 3 so you guys can see. So she's going to get that bear hug squat position because that's going to allow her to remain nice and vertical. She's going to get the shoulder blades nice and tight. She's going to descend in that squat, pause, and then try to accelerate in that little hop, catch herself, and then down again. So what I'm trying to do is make sure that when she catches herself in that squat, her knees don't cave in. The nice thing with the USB in this position is not only does it allow her to keep a nice erect torso, but she's spraying the knees out, which keeps in that knee collapse, which can injure a lot of people and rash us. So in a moment, we're going to show you these exercises in action. You can do this, it's a great circuit. You can throw in a little burpees afterwards, but you can see how it emulates and how you can deconstruct any good exercise if you base your program off of sound principles like we do in the DVRT program.